Hello, Professor. This is Kai here, and I'm doing my policy brief presentation on the war on bears and how Japan can coexist with a rising bear population. Now, if you did not know, Japan is sort of in the middle of a war on bears at the moment, with Japan actually being one of the countries leading the world in bear-related attacks, with this year alone having 220 people injured because of these attacks and 13 deceased due to bear attacks. Now, the two species of bears I'm talking about that live in Japan are the Asuri brown bears that live in Hokkaido and the Asiatic black bears that live in Honshu and Shikoku. And these bear populations are growing due to the protections they have. But due to climate change and climate change affecting their food, they're starting to go down to the lowlands of their mountain ranges to actually to find more food, and they're bumping into people and it's creating more conflict. Now, Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi, the person I'm trying to convince of a different model, is already making this a nationwide issue, which is good, but the model they're going with right now is not the perfect model, I believe. And perfect model I believe would actually benefit and help is option one, a science-based coexistence model with a modernized hunting system. Now, what this is basically bringing some US ideas into Japan using a biologist that's already studied in the US and learned from our own wildlife management system, Masahiro Onishi, who has studied and got his master's and PhD here, and believes that our bringing some US ideas here in Japan would already help and benefit them with this current conflict. And what I'm proposing is that they create a very much more science-based study and management of bear populations, educate the public, bear-proof areas that bears are going to get into, and get younger generations more into hunting, getting easier hunting licenses to get, and teaching them the older traditions from their elders. Now, there are costs and benefits from this. Now, the main benefit I see from this is both political and environmental, with protecting bears and reducing conflict, but also with the government getting more support. It's being seen as more proactive, especially with the youth, not focusing on these older traditions. Now, the cost of this is mainly economic, with the tools and funding the different NGOs and changing the whole system would be very costly, but I believe this cost would be benefited. Now, option two is basically go full throttle with their current approach, which is having the self-defense force go out into the mountains, catch bears, and cull them, and allowing hunters to shoot bears on site in public areas. Now, there are costs and benefits to this. The main benefit from this is politically, the government is seen as a very immediate action government taking the problem head on, but the costs outweigh it, especially economically and environmentally. Environmentally, we're not really changing the bears' behavior. We're not changing how they think or how they see people, because other bears are definitely still going to see people as a food source if they have food. Now, economically, this is a large cost onto the SDF and their equipment, and also aging hunters as well, because the youngest hunter right now in Japan is actually 39 years old. So we're not really having a new hunter. So if hunters go away, this is going to be needing more manpower to take care of these bears. Now, my third option is basically the do nothing option, where we just believe that the bear situation will stabilize on its own. Now, there is a few benefits with economically, there's zero spending. Environmentally, the bears remained unharmed, but politically, the government is going to be seen as neglectful of its people, which I don't think they want that. And with environmentally, the bear's growing population is going to create more conflict with people. So, what I say in conclusion, option one is probably the best option for Japan, because it creates a system where it's not only preventing issues, but it's creating a system where these issues will not happen again. And that is all I have. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you all have a blessed day.